Welcome to Regular Girls, everyone.
Hi.
I'm loving the new hair, Renee. The short hair. I didn't even mention it before we started recording, but it's so nice.
Well, we were talking about real things before the show started.
Real
life things that will, I'm sure, bleed into today's show.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I chopped my hair all off again, and I love it. I'm so excited about having it short. It's so great.
Can I just say I've been a big supporter of the short hair before, and I feel like you're the short hair gal, not long hair. This is the vibe. This is
what everyone is saying to me.
Yeah.
And listen, I'll embrace it. Here I am. My hair is short. I feel great about it. I have no extensions in my hair. It's, for the most part, fairly easy, except for when I wake up in the morning and look like a bridge troll. But that's a different story.
Right.
But yeah, I like having my hair short. And everyone keeps telling me, they're like, oh my God, you look so much better with short hair. Long hair is fine, whatever. But the short hair is it, which is great. But sometimes I get a little bit bummed out that I can't just have nice long hair. But who cares? There's way bigger issues in the world than my hair being long.
Absolutely. But it looks great. And I feel like not a lot of people can rock short hair. So you really are, part of the chosen few.
Well, you are as well. You're also in this world.
Yeah. And I hate to say it. I am going to, or not hate to say, excited to say, I will be getting the red back. I've let my hair fade and I am getting a trim. But when
are you doing this?
I think I'm going to do that this weekend as I'm shooting something on Monday. So I want nice hair.
Can you tell us what you're shooting?
Yeah, I'm shooting an episode of a show called The Beaverton, which is a daily show in Canada. So I'm playing I'm playing a kooky lady. Who knew?
What do you mean? What is this typecast?
Yeah, so I'm playing a kooky lady, and I was trying on the wardrobe, and they were like, "Do you think this is kooky enough?" And I was like, "Honestly, I'd wear this at home." I was just
I have that in several colors.
I was like, I'm not the demographic to tell you what is stylish.
So you're filming a segment with them on Monday.
I am.
Is this going to be a recurring thing, or is it a one-off? How does it work?
You know what, you guys? It's not set to be a recurring thing, but I may win them over, and I might just be number one on the call sheet in a couple of weeks. Who knows?
That's the goal, is to go in there, work your way up the call sheet.
Hell yeah.
And just start making some demands. Listen, if we've learned anything, you got to go in there and make some damn demands.
You absolutely have to do that. And it's interesting, when I first started acting, I don't know if you had this, but when it's you finally book your first role and you're like, I'm a star. And you get your call sheet and you're number 937. And you're like, what's this numbering system? And they're like, oh, everyone's numbered here. And then
it's an actual ranking system.
It's totally a ranking system. I have been number one once, and let me tell you, goddamn glorious. Glorious.
It just feels so good. When you get the call sheet and you kind of see where you're at.
Yeah.
John was saying when he did his movie, he didn't know how that worked, and
he was number one, right?
Oh, I'm sure he was. Yeah. I mean, he was the lead in the movie. So he must have been. But we're so used to with WWE, obviously we don't get a ranking system. There's no call sheets. We don't get anything like that. And we're also just used to we get our own food. We do we fend for ourselves. It's it's a DIY kind of deal. You're on your own. You figure it out. Catering's there. Everyone's taken care of lovely.
I've seen it. It looks amazing, and
it's
great.
Amazing. But then when John went to go do a movie, and someone kept following him around, asking if he wanted something to eat. And he's like, I don't understand why this person keeps asking me. Just go relax. And the person's like, no, it's my actual job to take care of you.
It's crazy.
But that's the thing. You get higher up on that list. People want to take care of you, and they do things for you. And it's really a life of glory.
It really is. And also super unsettling. One girl's job was just to get me water. And I was like, you know what, girl?
How is that a job?
I was like, I don't need the job. I don't even like this stuff. No. I was just like, I'll get it. She was like, please, I don't want to get fired. I need to justify my job. And I was like, great, I'll have all the water.
I love that.
Yeah, so I'm doing that. And then my original my comedy review's coming out, which I'm bummed that you can't come because you won't be in the vicinities.
I'm really sad that I can't go. I would love to go. Just have a laugh, watch my old pal Stace.
She might be in her underoos. I don't know. It can't be confirmed. But
I was actually wearing too tight underoos mere moments ago.
Ooh.
And have since removed them.
Oh, wow. You look cute. You're in overalls and a cute shirt. I'm into the vibe.
Oh, thank you. I felt like today was a good overalls day. I have to make a casserole for my neighbor, and I thought that this was a good outfit to make a casserole.
Why the hell do you have to make a casserole for your neighbor?
Well, it is an unfortunate circumstance. His sister passed away.
Oh, no, I feel horrible.
No.
I was like, why does she get a casserole?
You didn't know. No, he's very old himself, and he's been taking care of his sister for like 7 years. I can't remember what it was that was wrong with her. But it was a real hands-on kind of deal. But I saw him for the first time yesterday, since this has happened, and went over to check to see how he was doing. And it just broke my heart into 1,000 pieces. He was so upset. So yeah, I'm going to take it upon myself today to, just keep knocking on his door and bring him some food. I think that's kind of all you can do, in a situation like that. I don't know what else you do.
That is undoubtedly the kindest thing. That I can't.
Someone food. You don't want to think about making food if you're bummed out or you need like a good meal and maybe he's not eating. I don't know. I don't know what my boundary is. I don't know what's overstepping.
A casserole is never crossing the line. I mean, literally, if one of the Nonas who lives near me brought me a casserole, I wouldn't even think twice. Even just today. I've already had a burrito today. I would take the casserole and I'd be like, this sweet angel has been sent from above to take care of me.
And that's the thing. You got to help someone else. He helps us out a shit ton when we're not home.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, he's really lovely. He takes out our garbage cans and he brings in my Amazon purchases and puts them in the garage. Girl. He is great. He's a lovely man. So
that's
anyways,
amazing.
I'm going to make a casserole in this outfit. And that's how the day's going to go.
Great. I'm into the vibe. I'm wearing a polka dotted shirt that says, ID me at the liquor store or kill me forever.
We should start starting the episodes off just describing what we're wearing.
Oh, absolutely.
Hashtag no pervs.
Hashtag absolutely no pervs.
No pervs. Everyone be cool about it.
Now, okay, we wanted to bring up some heavier things.
Yes, we did.
Oh, wait, before we get into the heavier things, I have a quick little pod update that has really made my day and hopefully makes everyone else's day.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, let's hear it.
Me too. Okay, so I got a text from my Reiki gal, Sarah.
Yes.
Sarah Shook, my Reiki girl, miss you girl in Los Angeles. Miss her every day. Amazing. She texted me and was like, I just did a Reiki session with one of your listeners.
No way.
I tell no lie. I tell no lie.
It.
I won't.
Oh my God, how cool.
How freaking cool is that?
That's really fantastic. I wonder if she like conjured her with her Reiki in some way and they have this connection. That's so crazy.
I fought against every nosy Nancy instinct in my bod because I wanted to know about everything.
Of course.
But one of our listeners sought her out and got Reiki done. And I'm hoping whoever you are listening to this, I hope it went well. Please tweet us and let us know.
Yeah, I would love to know how the whole session went. What kind of information she found?
Yes, I know.
How Sarah was, because she is a miracle worker.
A miracle worker. I'm wondering what oils were used. I'm wondering all the things, and I'm just like I felt like I was like, oh my God, because sometimes we have such amazing listeners, but sometimes you don't realize the scope of like people listening.
And the thing is, it's like for the most part. It's just, each week to me, it's like, oh, I'm just hanging out with Stacey and we're shooting the shit for a bit. And then we put it out to people. And I know like I interact with people and I tweet about it and stuff.
Yeah,
but, like,
of course we do.
Oh yeah, there's like real human beings listening to this. So
it's amazing.
What's up, guys? Thanks for listening. That's really cool. What a good little regular girls community we're building.
I'm loving it. I'm truly loving it and really put a pep in my step. Today.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
I actually was thinking about Sarah the other day. It might have actually been this morning. I'm losing track of time. Because I saw that she liked one of my, it just, when like you used to get like the one notification of blah, 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 liked your post. Yeah. Hers popped up and I feel like I never really see, her name's never really in my timeline. So it was very cool. I was like, oh, I wonder how she was doing.
She's got a hunky bow. On her Instagram, I do follow that. Don't be a perv, leave her alone. But book stuff with her. But you should go back when you're in LA. The second I get back to LA, I'm doing a sesh.
I'm actually going out to LA the week of the 25th. Because I'm going to audit an acting class and start taking some more acting classes out there.
I'm really excited for this. I'm going to want feedback. I want to know what they say, what they do.
I'm worried I'm going to be like jaded a little bit now. Where like I had so much like pep in my step. Maybe I'm just saying that phrase because you just said it. For sure, that's what I'm saying. But I always loved going to these classes and I loved being around all these people. And now I might go and be like, what are these nerds doing? What are you talking about? I'm hoping that it's a great experience. I don't know.
I think you just take what you need and leave what you don't.
Totally. 100%.
Don't buy into the bullshit because it's not, no one has a secret answer as to why you're good or bad. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, it totally does. And here's the thing. It's like the reason why I wanted to do this is because I feel like I want to put myself in the situations in which I would like to be.
Ooh,
so I feel like that's a good place.
I love that statement.
Yeah, right? It's like there's so many things that I want to do, and I'm like, I always feel like I'm a little stuck doing those things on my days off because it's not in Las Vegas, so it's hard to find the stuff. So I'm like, all right, I got to bite the bullet here and just go out to LA. It's close, but it's not that close. It is like, it's work, but that's what it is. So I'm going to do it, and I'm really excited about it.
Good. And you should talk to Sarah and get your rate. You should get your you should get your chakras balanced for acting and then balance yourself out.
Hell yes. Oh, I'm totally going to message her and get in on that. Yeah. Yes. I love that.
Yeah, so I'm excited for those updates.
Yeah, me too. All right, so we'll keep everybody posted.
Yes.
Whoever you are, lovely man or woman that was listening to the podcast.
Yeah, I didn't even ask.
Sarah, let us know. Tell us how it went. Drop us a line. Hopefully you took a photo with her. Send us that. I would like to see that. Any of it.
Any of it. We're in.
Any of it. Okay, so do we get into the heavier stuff now?
Let's get in. We're here. We're getting in.
It is what it is. So last week we recorded prior to the Las Vegas shooting.
We did.
So we did not address it last week. But this week I do think that we should address it. Obviously,
Absolutely.
I mean it's a horrible tragedy. And I was talking to a girlfriend of mine today, and she lives in California, and she's dealing with all the wildfires that are happening in California and just how crazy it is. But she had such a good point when she was saying, with all of these horrible tragedies that are happening, whether it's a hurricane or the fires or shootings, like it's getting so frequent and so widespread that like people, like you can watch stuff on the news and understand 17 people have died or 58 people have died, and you're seeing this number and you're taking in this information. But these are moments that are affecting everybody. I'm sure everybody that is listening right now knows somebody that was affected in one trickle effect way or another by either the shootings, by any of the hurricanes, by the wildfires. Like these are real issues that are like really affecting people. It's not just information on television, and it's just so scary. I feel like we're just like really hanging by a thread right now. It's a very scary time.
Absolutely. And I think everyone's like sort of call to action, because I feel like the theme is not like, obviously we send our thoughts and prayers to everyone affected, and you should donate if you can. But it's like now I feel like as a community that we're wanting to change, and we need to change. Gun legislation. We need to I feel like there's an empowerment. Especially if you go on Twitter or any sort of social media, and it's like, okay, obviously we send our love, but like now we need to start taking some steps forward.
Right. I did see somebody, there was a comedian that I saw that was trending that he was saying that. He's like, you keep sending your thoughts and prayers, and it's so nice that everybody wants to participate and let everyone know that we're thinking about them. But yeah, it's like whether you're able to donate, you can donate blood places for free.
And that's great.
Yeah. I mean, there's things that you can do aside from monetary donations to places, because not everybody's in a position to be able to do that, of course.
Absolutely.
But just like you said, it's like reaching out to the local affiliates of where you need to be to talk about gun control and see if there's changes that you can actually make. And that's a thing that you can do for free if it's something that you believe in.
Which you should, quite frankly.
Honestly, and it's just so scary. It's such a scary world. It's so awful to think that people just went out to go have a good time at a concert, and especially somewhere in Las Vegas where it is a ton of tourists, which obviously was his goal. Is to take out these tourists that were there having fun, and everyone's just out on the strip. Of course, everyone's having drinks and they're hanging out with their friends.
Wouldn't you? Like, it's
of
just
course.
like,
it's true though. It's like, there's so many people sitting there, and then you see on the news that, he had been staking out Lollapalooza and
my God, it's
these other
terrible.
sites. And it's just, I don't know if this is going to be some anomaly kind of case until we find out exactly what his motive was or what it was he was trying to do, if he had affiliations with anything. I don't know, but it's just crazy. And it just makes you really, really appreciate the things that you do have in your life.
Absolutely. And also the empathy and, warm energy of like everyone around you too. I mean,
totally.
like the people who I feel like now is like a really crazy and scary time watching it on the news. It's overwhelming. It's like, our president's garbage. We don't get political on our pod because we're all about like Chris Pratt divorce, but Chris Pratt divorce and crystals. But it's like it's just so overwhelming, and it is important that now more than ever we need to like come together and understand each other. You don't need to agree with everyone, but you need to respect and understand.
Totally, exactly. And that's the big thing is like keeping your ears open, keeping your eyes open, and not being narrow-minded. And if somebody's different from you, let them be different. You know, it doesn't just avoid it, and that's fine. Like if it's something that you're not down with, just go do your thing somewhere else. Like the idea of spreading hate or trying to make other people feel bad for something that they do is just like, it's just so unnecessary. And it just seems like such a horribly negative way to live your life, to spend time hating things.
I don't get it.
Instead of doing that, just do the shit that you like and mind your own business and make yourself happy rather than trying to make somebody else miserable or making yourself miserable by looking into shit that you don't like. Like, I just don't understand.
Go make someone a casserole who's in need. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, make a casserole. Help your neighbors. Literally help your neighbors.
Help your neighbors.
It is like, and that is like a small example of something of like, looking out for people and caring about people, because that's how our world should work. It doesn't have to be someone that lives in your household or that's a direct family member or just a friend. It's like, can be somebody that lives next door to you that you can see needs a helping hand, and you step into any small gesture makes a big difference to that person's day, you know?
Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, this is like, yeah, I mean, I've had like a few people stop me in the street and be like, oh my God, like, paid me a compliment or was nice to me or helped me out. It's like that changes your whole day. It changes your whole perspective. It costs nothing to be kind. It costs nothing to be compassionate and have empathy. And I feel like if we all practice that a little more, that we can be a better, society. I don't know. That's so heavy, but it's just like so overwhelming. And we were also talking about Harvey Weinstein, which is really heavy too. And I guess this will be a heavier podcast, but I think it needs to be said, and it certainly
not everything
cannot
can
be
just
ignored.
Be fun, exactly. Listen, I mean, when you're able to have a platform, even if it's us being here on our podcast talking about stuff and just drawing attention to things, it's like, it's nice to, you can go have a nice rest of the day doing other lovely things. But like, somebody's going to talk about some bad shit that people are doing and shining a light on them, because it's just not right. And I'm so glad that so many people are coming forward on this Harvey Weinstein stuff, because it is just appalling.
Disgusting.
The way that, him particularly, but I'm sure there's many others of people.
Oh, yes.
It's all over. And it's not just in entertainment. It's just in the world in general of people that get a position of power and they use it for such horrible things. Oh. It's just such dog shit. Like,
did you hear that audio that was going around of like he was on? Oh, it's just horrible. I mean, it's really unsettling. It's him coercing. I believe it's Anthony Bourdain's girlfriend. Like at the top, like I don't know if they were together at the time. I don't think they were, but because she has come out and said that she was sexually assaulted by Harvey Weinstein, and I believe I many apologies if this is misinformation, but I believe it is, and it's horrendous and it's disgusting. It's a man. It's a man abusing his power and his position in the industry, and he's now claiming that he's a sex addict. And I was listening to this thing with Emma Thompson. Oh my
God! What a pop-out piece of shit thing to say. That's such a simple thing that people do, and like just keep your dick in your pants and don't mistreat people. To say, "Oh, I have a problem."
No, you're a predator.
I'm going to go to therapy. And I'm going to sort myself out. It's like, no, you have your chances every single day to be a good person. And
you haven't been.
And you haven't been. And it's time and time and time again. I am so happy his wife's leaving him. And that.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, of course. I mean, God, you hear anything like that about your husband? Jeez. Like,
you're out of there. I mean, like, it's crazy. And he's like, Emma Thompson was like, he's not a sex addict. He's a predator. And it is. He's a predator. And it's like, and there's an amazing girl woman, Auntie Donnie, who's a writer here in Toronto. And she started this massive tweet. She said, oh my God, I'm going to have to look it up. But she brought up like, when did you meet your first Harvey Weinstein? And she's like, I'll go first. And so she started this big movement where women started tweeting at her and revealing their stories. And then that has gone completely viral. And it's incredibly powerful what happened there and women sharing their stories. But it's also like, this is such a massive issue, and it's women still are treated like second-class citizens. I feel like many cases. So it's certainly. Like, I'm glad that this is at least shining a light.
Yeah, certainly. And like, it's just so shitty. It's like
totally.
I feel like the more I hear about this, and I know this sounds like such a naive, dumb comment, but it's like, I wish that we just lived in a world where you got jobs based on being the best person for the job.
Oh my God.
And that was like the currency in which the world was working on. And it just like, it bums me out so much that that's just not the way things are. That, before, when you're like younger, anyone getting into like entertainment stuff, you hear about casting couch, you hear about this stuff, but it was always a thing that was kind of laughed off.
Totally.
Or you assume is not a real thing, or you can't, you're like, oh, does that just, it must just be in porn or something. Like,
yeah, you're like, that'll never happen to me. And it's like,
totally.
Okay.
Exactly. And it's like, especially when it's somebody that high powered at the very top of the ladder in Hollywood, and you feel scared or nervous that you don't want to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing for fear of not ever working again or being blackballed,
which is
fucking crazy. But it's like, shit is hard enough as it is to have to worry about sidestepping crap like that, to try to achieve your goals and your dreams just because somebody wants to jerk off in front of you. Like, what the hell?
It's horrible. And also that conflict of like, this person holds your career in your hands, or what you feel to be as your career. Yeah. And I mean, Rose McGowan was one of the first to step up against Harvey Weinstein and was met with a lot of backlash. And even recently, she called out Ben Affleck and her Twitter was banned. She was suspended. And it's like, the president's allowed to tweet. These like horrible right-wing groups are tweeting and they're not banned, and Rose McGowan is calling Ben Affleck a liar and is suspended. Is baffling.
And not only that, but it's like, a woman that will tweet something like that will be met with this onslaught of tweets from other people like things that, I mean, I curse like a trucker, but it's stuff that I'm not even going to repeat
nor
on
should
this
you
podcast of like these horrible things that women are met with. And obviously social media is like a huge place for that. It was Lena Dunham. She tweeted about something recently, about something to do obviously with, being in a bad spot, people talking sexually about somebody or whatever. And some man had just tweeted her and was like, well, the good thing is you'll never know about that because of the way you look in your body. Like God. Something like way more aggressive than that. But what I saw was her just retweeting it, just saying like, this is what life is like for a woman on the internet, like pretty regularly. And it's so true. It's like, people just hide behind stuff and treat people so terribly. It's awful. It's so shitty.
Yeah, it really is. And it's unsafe and it's not appropriate. And, I mean, it's just so disheartening and horrible. And I really, literally, my heart goes out to anyone who's dealt with that or is coming out and speaking about that. It's not easy. And, it's just really unseeding. I mean, I'm sweating everywhere just thinking about it. But it just really, I mean, like, it's just, and we've really entered a really, people often say like entertainment is a really difficult industry, but like sexism and sexual abuse occurs in all workplaces. And so like, I don't know. It's really unfortunate. Just hashtag no pervs, not now, not
everywhere.
Ever.
Never any pervs.
And you standing up, we believe you. What you say, we believe you. We stand behind you. And we got your back.
Oh, 100%. It's like, you see, I couldn't imagine like if a coworker of mine or if I saw something like that happening, my natural human instinct would be to like step in to try to help that person. And
absolutely.
You see so many things where like, people get put in bad spots where people can be like a bystander to things and not want to step in and intervene for also fear of their own position, whether it's another man or woman. It just puts so many people in such a bad spot. And it's just like,
I mean, it's happened to me, like, and not in huge, I mean, but it's like, oh, if you looked a little more like this, or like, hey, you should show off your body more, or hey, like, you should sound like or like you're supposed to act like a real bitch right now, and it's like, oh, you're supposed to be like slutty, and it's like that's all inappropriate, and no one should be spoken to like that, and that's just a very minute example. But
no, but I think that's still like a fair example, and I think like I'm sure so many people I have certainly had my fair share of things like that.
Oh, you get it on the internet all the time too.
Oh, I get it on the internet, but I also I've gotten it in real life too from real people that take advantage of being in a spot or trying to like, I'm not really sure what the goal is that they're trying to achieve really, but like, I feel like it's just like a battle that you fight all the time. Like not naming names of anything, but I briefly told you before we got on here that like one time I had a guy that was like technically my boss who is no longer, I'm not sure where he's not my boss. But he pulled me aside and like tried to tell me that I looked like I was holding a penis when I held a microphone, and like that was like his feedback to me. And I was like, it was just so stupid. And luckily, when he said this to me, I have a pretty strong personality, so I'm not like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that to me. But I'm like aware that it's wrong and that it's just like such a stupid, flippant comment from him. And it's like, why are you thinking that? Why are you telling me this like in your office that you like, why is this even feedback that you think is a thing? Like, what are you talking about?
Absolutely. And I feel like that's disgusting and horrible. But I also
it's
feel like
dumb.
if you're listening to this and you're a woman, you probably and most likely relate and have a very similar story, which is very sad. That is a thing that will bond most women. Yeah. If you are a man listening to this, just know that happens all the time. All of the time. And so, because a big thing online too has been like people coming out and being like, I have daughters, and like I can't imagine. And it's like, well, if you didn't have daughters, would you not think that? Or if you had sons, 100%. Would you not think that? And it's like, you should just think it's disgusting because it's disgusting, and it happens to women every day. And so if you are not aware, please be aware now, and like show so much empathy to the women in your lives, and be an ally and stand up to them the second you see something bad happening, not just because someone got caught.
Exactly. Not just because somebody got caught. Like, that's the exact thing. It's like, you're just sorry because you got caught and you're being called out for it. And now you're being demonized by everybody because you fucking should be.
Absolutely. Did you see that thing about Ben Affleck with the girl from TRL?
No.
I think her name's like, I can't remember her name. This thing on Twitter happened where like someone had mentioned like, hey, this girl from TRL back in the day was also assaulted by Ben Affleck. And during an interview when she was 19 for TRL, young Ben Affleck grabbed her breast.
Oh my God.
While being interviewed, you couldn't see, I think like you can't see it, but like he like honks, I was going to say honk, but he grabs her breast as I'm showing you right now in Skype so you understand what that means. And then afterwards he goes, and then he laughed, and she was just like kind of laughing it off, like I'm sure like, oh my God, like
you don't know what to do.
What am I doing?
You don't know what to do in those situations, and it's not a thing where you hold up a sign instantly or like, wait, that was wrong, that shouldn't have happened. It's like you're put in a jeopardized spot to try to smooth it over, which Absolutely. Is not our responsibility to do that.
But women,
it's what we do. I think that's like, for me, that's my instinct. If I've been in a position where somebody's done something inappropriate, I'm like, oh my God, how do I fix this? This is so weird. I don't like it. And exactly. We also take the blame we take the blame of some of it of like, what, like, was that my fault? Like, I don't understand why this certain thing happened. Like, it's just bizarre.
And that's what's horrible, and that's what needs to change. And it's and then he goes, what are you, 19? Like after he did it. And then she came out on Twitter and was like, I'm still, she's like, I didn't forget it, because someone's like, did you forget this happened? And she was like, I didn't forget it. And then she sort of thanked the person for bringing attention to it. And then Ben Affleck just was like, I sincerely apologize to her. It's like, okay, you pile of garbage. And his brother. I mean, we could just
exactly.
We could go into the whole.
The list just goes so on, and like it's just crazy to me that like
Absolutely.
We live in this world where like everyone should be striving to be better on every plane, whether it like everybody. It's like, don't try to get away with stuff. Like just try to not be that person that wants to do these horrible things. Like. I don't get this world that we're in right now. It's like, it's just with so much terrible stuff happening. And it seems like people are only sorry when they get caught for it.
Absolutely. And I think with the current state of the White House and who's in charge of it and who's not in charge of it, but is supporting and is his right-hand man, I just think this is a really kind of tumultuous time for women, and it can seem overpowering. And it's just like, you know, women, we need to come together and like make our voices heard and make them like as loud as goddamn possible.
100%.
Because it's not appropriate. And you know what? If something happened to you and you took a second to think about it, that's fine. And you still can speak, and it will be welcomed.
100%. Yep.
Ugh. Anyways, that was heavy, but I hope we did okay.
I hope we did okay
so
too. And
sweaty.
You know, you want to like talk on topics like this, and you still like, I'm always aware of trying not to offend anybody else that's listening, regardless of which side of the fence you might be sitting on. And it's never an easy thing to talk about. And I didn't write out a speech prior to sitting down here to really hammer out exactly what it was that Stacey or I wanted to say about it. But it's like, just to have that conversation, I think that's the important part about it, is just having conversations about it and drawing attention to it, and knowing that if something's happened to you, you're certainly not alone. And hopefully, if nothing has happened to you, I hope that nothing does happen to you. And I hope
that's the goal, right? Like, but also it's like, we are certainly, I will speak for myself, we are certainly not the most educated podcast on the topic.
I'm just not educated in general. That's just a blanket statement about me.
Unless we're not drinking, then our IQ goes through the roof.
Listen, I've actually been on a trek with that. So maybe I'm a little smarter today. I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know. But but I think stumbling through a conversation is better than not having one at all. Totally. And I'll take a stand here and say, when it comes to sexual abuse or women's rights, there's only one side you should be on, quite honestly. And you know, and I guess, you know, just dear God.
Yes. Listen, here's the thing. If you can help out with Glenn laws, get on that. You want to help women, help them out.
Yes. I thought you just said Glenn. I thought you just said Glenn laws, and I was like, "What's Glenn laws?" And I thought, like, oh, you knew about something called Glenn laws.
If you know a Glenn that needs a bit of help, talk to Glenn. Give Glenn a help.
Yeah, it's like it's just crazy that like in 2017. I thought I just heard a ghost. In 2017, I
actually thought I heard a ghost back there too. I heard that.
Oh my God. It's just crazy. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll just say to Brendan, like, I can't believe it's 2017 and I feel like women are about to lose the vote. And and the amount of violence that we are occurring daily is like to the point where it doesn't even hit you constantly all the time, because it's just forever happening.
And it's so crazy too that like how many people don't know. Yeah. You know, like I could talk to some man and explain to him this conversation that we're having, and they wouldn't really know, because they don't understand how much that we're affected every day with stuff like this. And maybe not every single person every single day, but like everyone has been affected by it one way or another at a certain point in time.
1,000%.
And it's just such commonplace that either you assume that the woman is trying to get attention or trying to make a man look bad, or somebody trying to think that a woman's trying to say certain things about a man to better or further herself. You know, instead of just, you know, it's just a plain and simple black and white conversation of something bad happening. And it's not always the first thing of like, you know, if something happens in the morning when you get to work and by 3 p.m. you've reported it to somebody. It doesn't always work like that. It's sometimes you have to like, you know, you sit on something and you wonder about what the effects are going to be of you speaking up and saying something. And it's very scary, and it's not an easy spot to be in.
No.
And you have to be very brave to do that. And I think being able to support anybody around you that's in a spot like that. I mean, whether it's talking to your mom, your sister, your daughter, your aunt, whoever.
Your friend who's a guy.
Like talking to anybody. And
the conversation also is to men. Like it's I know we often say like we need to speak to women and we need to band together, which I 100% agree. But it's like, when are men going to get roped in and looped in on the conversation? Because this behavior needs to stop, and it's being perpetuated, and certainly now. I mean, there's no like, especially the person, again, Mr. Trump, Mr. Dump Trump. What a stupid nickname. But it's like now more than ever, we need to start talking to our sons and our brothers and our cousins and our dads and all this stuff, and start changing the issue with masculinity and the danger in that as well.
Certainly. Absolutely.
Wow.
I'm with you. Wow. I feel like we really kind of nailed that there. I feel good about this conversation. It's awkward. I am stumbling through certain parts of it, but I'm glad that we're talking about it.
Yeah, and I mean, I really, and just like sincerely, I'm red in the face, and I am sweating through my Forever 21 crop. But but like, I really hope we didn't offend anyone or triggered anyone. Or I mean, it really comes from the bottom of our heart. I think it is a conversation we have to have, and I hope it inspires you guys to start talking with your friends, and also just if you are struggling with something, talk to someone. I go to therapy. I'm very open about it. I think it's amazing. It's really helped me and like helped me sort out not only like how I feel about something, but how to articulate it and how to move forward. And it's so beneficial. And there's so many resources. Especially, I can only speak really to Canada.
So many, yeah.
But it can be super affordable and super available. And I highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah, and exactly. I highly recommend anything like that. And also, sometimes it's just great to sit down and talk to a friend if you can't.
Oh my God,
go those other routes, and just talk to anybody and get it off your chest and have those conversations. And you do realize that you're not alone and that you're not weird for being that person in that situation.
Hell, no, be weird.
Hell to the no.
Be that person. Everyone will thank you for it. Like, thank God for those women who came forward with like Harvey Weinstein, like Ashley Judd. Also, the women who we don't know, we're not familiar with. Like, now Kate Beckinsale has come out. Did you see her statement? Which I just thought was like, I like low key love Kate Beckinsale. Could I tell you anything she's in? No.
Oh, Serendipity is a great movie.
Totally forgot that Serendipity was even a movie, but yes, she is.
What a film.
She's good in that. But she was like, I was a naive 17-year-old and I assumed this unattractive man didn't think I'd be attracted to him. It was like something along those lines where it's like, she was like, what?
Yeah.
I was just like,
why is
I
this
love
happening?
Her. And also Gwyneth Paltrow came forward, and then she said she was dating Brad Pitt at the time, and then she told Brad Pitt, and then he told Harvey Weinstein he was going to beat the shit out of him or something like that.
Hell yeah. Good for him. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Brad Pitt. I saw Ryan Gosling wrote something about it too.
Yes.
Saying that he had worked with Harvey Weinstein. He had no idea that some of those things happened. And, that's a good example of a dude being able to step in there and say something, use his platform. And
absolutely.
Ryan Gosling's also a total dreamboat.
Oh my God, 2 daughters. I'm in love.
Yeah, man. Eva Mendes. Woof. He did it.
I have to say, and this might be a big transition, but, and it made, I don't know if this will be stupid, but the news has been so intense, and like I literally come home and I cannot watch it, and it's just like, and I feel horrible saying that, but I'm hoping people listening can relate.
Oh my God, I totally agree with you. Like when the shootings happened, so I flew out an hour prior.
I couldn't believe that
happening.
I was freaking out.
I flew out at like 8:50, and I landed in Denver, picked up John, and as we were getting to our hotel, I got the text notification on my phone that there was a shooter at Mandalay Bay. It was just getting like an onslaught of information from certain friends and whatever about shit that was happening. We get to our room, we're watching the news, figuring it all out, like just like, oh my, like I can't believe this is actually happening. But yeah, after that, it shut off the news because it's just like you want to get the information and you don't want to be ignorant to stuff. But sometimes it's like, even still, every time I turn on the news and it's something about the shooter and they play the video where you can hear the shots going off, I can't hear it anymore. It's so awful that like sometimes you truly do need to fucking bury your head in the sand and try to clear your mind for a sec.
But then you and John did that really great video, and I thought that was really awesome, and like promoting the blood bank and like donating blood and doing what you can. I thought it was great. I thought it was important, and I thought it was really a great like use of like the platform you guys have. I was
totally.
Like, yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, if you're going to be able to get anyone's attention and be able to do anything other than being like, oh, here's a selfie of me as a cat, it's nice to be able to actually truly
go on.
Yeah. Tell me more. But to actually use your platform and say something important and hope that that's actually reaching out to the people that are following you in any capacity. I actually also really love that the Las Vegas Golden Knights, our hockey team here, for their home opener, they didn't have any advertisements on the boards at all. Like it was all just Vegas strong. They had a great opening ceremony where they brought out a bunch of the first responders with the team as they were introducing them.
That's
and
great.
Then they projected the names of all of the people that were killed onto the ice and had a moment for them all. And it was just they just did such a really, really great job coming together for the community for that. And I think everyone really needed it.
Yeah, and it's just like, I think it's just like another great, obviously we have a long way to go, but it's nice in those moments to be like, we collectively are not all bad, and a lot of us together want to change. And I think that that's really it's really inspiring, and it's like it's really made me think, like, I know I'm in Canada, so I can't directly do anything, right. But it's like I need to get involved, and like I need to like set aside time to like donate blood or give or organize care packages or do something in my day to like help someone else out.
Totally.
I hope it inspires people listening too.
And every little bit helps. And I tweeted something the other day as well that a friend of mine, Marty Miller, who is a director with WWE, him and his wife run a foundation, and they were paired up with. Let me pull it up here so I make sure that I'm getting the correct information.
Dun 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 dun.
Uno momento, s'il vous plaît, while I get the right thing. Okay, so he was doing an organization with Ace Hardware and DHL. That they were holding a thing in Philadelphia for people to come down, bring any kind of donations. They wanted, non-perishable food, bottles of water, toilet paper, like all of that stuff. And all of it was being shipped for free to Puerto Rico through DHL.
That's incredible.
They were sending all the stuff down. All the proceeds were going directly from point A to point B. There was no middleman. There was nobody reaping any benefit off of this other than people just helping other people out. And I think it's it's just so great that there's people like him and his wife that are out there doing this thing, and that it's picking up some steam, hopefully. I mean, Chelsea Clinton retweeted my thing yesterday, which was a big deal.
What?
I think that was really cool.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was really cool that it reached that far, that there was a lot of people that really wanted to get involved, and you can see,
Renee.
It's cool. But
I'm getting Spencer Pratt, and you're getting Chelsea Clinton. Jesus Christ!
Spencer Pratt is a dad now, though. I mean, that's another.
I mean, that's a whole nother pod. I got to reach higher in my tweet game, but no, that's really amazing. And did you hear about Bethany Frankel? She's like getting all those planes.
Yes,
Housewives.
How great. How cool.
I think
some people can really make shit happen. Then you see Donald Trump just launching toilet paper at everybody.
Jesus
like,
Christ.
What an idiot.
I can't even deal. I can't and I won't deal with it, and I'll take the backlash. But again, hashtag no pervs, come at me, please don't. I'm sensitive. But I will say,
sensitive today.
We are sensitive, and I hope people are down for this sort of like heavier chat. But I will say, and this is just like slightly lighthearted, because I have been so down. I've been rewatching Happy Endings.
Oh, okay.
Do you watch this show?
No. I know what it is, but I haven't watched it.
Renee.
Is it so great?
Okay. It's so funny. I feel like you would like Eliza. What's her?
Cuthbert.
Alicia Cuthbert. Eliza.
Oh gosh.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes. From from Bring It On?
Maybe? No. Let me just pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up.
Let me just see. Happy Endings cast. Casey Wilson is in it, and she plays this girl named Penny. And Brendan was like, "You're a Penny." Eliza Coupe, Damon Wayans Jr., Adam Pally, Alicia Cuthbert, and one other guy. So funny. It's hilarious. I've already watched it like 4 or 5 times through, and I'm watching it again.
Really?
I think there's only like 3 seasons. It got canceled. It's David Caspi, who Casey Wilson is now married to, but the show is so funny. and like charming and wonderful and such a sitcom, and I couldn't be more in, and it's so funny, and Penny is like my lover for life. So if you need a little lift and you haven't watched Happy Endings, watch an episode, let me know how it falls.
I'll definitely check that out. I've been looking for something else to get into, and I know that you're not on board with this, but I still...
The Leftovers?
No, that is great, though. But no,
This Is Us.
Okay, it's just so heartwarming. I love it. It makes me so happy. It makes me feel good.
I don't think it's a bad show. I just am like crying knowing I'm gonna cry every Thursday at 8. I can't deal with it.
No, but it's usually for me it's generally like kind of a happy, nice cry. Sometimes it's a sad cry where you're like, oh my god, but usually it's a nice cry. Okay, you get so many good feelings from it. They're such lovely people.
But let me just like spell out what my happy cry sounds like. It's like so if I'm like, oh my god, it's almost 8 o'clock, I have to like, no, what a psychopath. I absolutely cannot. No, I should give it another go. I'll stand behind it. I thought the pilot was one of the best pilots I've seen in a really long time.
We watched it last night. We watch it on Hulu usually on Wednesdays. And John and I we sat. My dad's visiting as well, but my dad passed out and went to bed because he flew in and was exhausted. So he missed it.
Hell yeah.
He doesn't watch a show, so he for sure doesn't care. But we watched it, and John and I were both just like, I wish that we could just keep watching the show for hours. Like, I just love it. We really love it.
I love to hear about John loving this show, loving Mandy Moore. I just like love him being like, hey man, imagine this was on forever. And it's just like, it's the best.
Well, it's funny because I think he always compares us to the like mom and dad in the show, but like, you know, more so when they're younger because the dad unfortunately passes away. But they have such a beautiful relationship, and he's like such a great husband that he's like, well, Jack's great, but like he doesn't have shit on me. And I'm like, he is a good husband. My husband is a great husband.
Okay, you nerds. You love each other. I get it. Oh my God, you guys.
But it's funny because he compares. I'm like, oh my God, get out of here, you dork. Shut up. Shut up, you loser. I just say something rude now to make up for me saying something real and genuine.
No, I know. My therapist is always like, I know you like to joke. And I was like, oh God, tell me something I don't know.
Get off of it.
You want to get... What?
I was just going to say the one other thing that I did watch last night that does still stand up through the test of time is the movie The Craft.
Okay, first of all, that's a classic forever and always. Never remake it.
No,
Hollywood,
oh my
we
God,
know you
please.
listen.
They remake that with like Bella Thorne or something. I'm going to be pissed.
Guys, here's the thing. I don't think I'm a fan of Bella Thorne. I don't know what she does or what's up with her, but I'm not into it.
I'm also not feeling it. She seems like she's always going through a bit of a rough patch. I'm not sure.
But I don't know what she does, and I'm very confused. But I'm also an old lady who still gets ID'd. So,
boom, booyakasha. The Craft is great. I used to when I was in I guess like the end of elementary school is probably when that came out because I would go to my girlfriend Carly's house with a group of other girls. There was a girl Katie and this other girl Jackie. Maybe a Lindsay. But we would do the earth, air, fire, water of the thing. Everyone did that, right? Everyone thought they were a witch for at least a month, right?
Light as a feather, stiff as a board, and then also like Ouija board. Also like
Ouija boards are scary though.
Yeah, but then someone's like, "I'm seeing stuff," and you're like, "Okay, I don't know."
I like to believe though. I'm like, oh yeah, tell me everything. I love getting into it. I love it. I love all that stuff.
I'm so into it, and like. Yeah, and then like you do it light as a feather, and they're like, I flew, and it's like, I don't know, Chrissy.
I think we all just picked you up. Like my finger has hyperextended. I picked your ass up.
Yeah, it's like everyone's hands are broken. But yeah, I love The Craft. It's so good. Neve Campbell's so good in it.
Neve Campbell's great in it. Neve Campbell's really good, and so is. Oh gosh,
the scary girl.
What's her name? She's got a kooky name. What is it?
She's terrifying and she has terrifying eyes.
Farouja Balk.
Oh, don't look at me. I just think of her.
Okay, I was totally looking for confirmation. Her first name's definitely Farouja. Pretty sure her last name's Balk. I'm really surprised that she didn't do more. She did like The Water Boy. And I don't really remember her being in much, but she's actually like a good actress. She's really good in it.
Yeah, it's interesting, like, when people just kind of disappear and you're like, did they just not get any more jobs, or are they like, I'm done? It's like the girl Matilda.
Yes. Oh my God. Where is Matilda?
She's on Twitter. I follow her now.
What's her name? She's got a weird name too, doesn't
Mara?
she?
Is it Mara?
Oh, I think that's right. That's a pretty normal name. And Skeet Ulrich is in the craft.
Ooh.
And I was explaining to John how he was like, he was certainly for me a big heartthrob. I was like between Scream.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah. Between Scream and the craft, I was like, oh my God, I loved him. Same with that Matthew Lillard dude. I liked him too.
But then he took a turn.
Yeah, they all take a turn. But Skeet Ulrich, watching the craft, I'm like, he's a pretty terrible actor. He's not very good.
Well, that's like, I mean, we all liked Andrew Keegan. Well, maybe I did. But then you go back and you're like,
I loved Andrew Keegan. Camp Nowhere, what up?
But then you watch it again and you're like, can he read? You're just like, what am I enjoying?
Isn't it great that like we didn't care, nor do we know any better? So you're like, I don't know, I just like this guy.
And also like
Devon Sawa. Yo, what's up, Casper?
Loved Devon Sawa. Also like, I also was really into Boy Meets World with like Corey and Topanga. Yes. And then I caught myself
Topanga's still hot though.
Still hot.
Looks like exactly like Topanga.
She dated Lance Bass before he came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
That is
I know.
crazy.
The things I retain is really embarrassing. Also, I don't know if you remember this band, but it got brought up the other day. Do you remember the Moffats, the Canadian band, the Moffats?
Sure do. Yeah. What was their song they had? Do you remember?
Couldn't tell you, but I loved the Moffats because I was telling everyone was laughing at me, but I was like,
they were like our version of
Hanson.
Hanson, yeah.
Yeah, but weren't they from like Midland or something? But
they're somewhere started with an M. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, and like I was telling people that I really wanted to rebel, but I was like so also scared. So the Moffats, because they had like bleached highlights, I was like, look at me,
doing it. I'm
doing it.
I'm gonna pull up a Moffat song so that people can hear them. Hold on one second, guys.
It's not gonna be good. It's gonna be
horrible.
Of
course it's not. But I want you to know. Oh gosh, now I'm not sure what their song was. Miss You Like Crazy?
Yeah, that was it. I miss you like crazy.
Oh, wait.
And we're not giving you royalties.
Not at all.
I used to call you my girl. I used to call you my friend.
How do we know these lyrics?
I don't know.
So
that's like the shit you retain.
Oh my God. The love I never had, I think will be the next line.
Oh, come in. Someone's knocking at the door. You can come in.
Don't know what to do.
This room's okay. Thank you.
I miss you like crazy. Okay, get this off. Get this off the airwaves.
You're welcome, everybody. Also, you're welcome, the Moffats. I'm for sure tagging them in the post for this.
Absolutely, and also what a heavy podcast to be tagged in.
But we ended it quite lighthearted.
But listen, you talk about hard things, you get through them, and then you get to celebrate and treat yourself with some Moffats and some lighthearted ha-has and LOLs.
You're right. Give me those lulls all damn day.
Yes.
Lulls it up.
A little lol salad for you. I hope we did good.
I hope we did good too.
Good. I mean, I hope we did good. I mean, it was just obviously this podcast is about ha-has and hee-hees and pee-pees and poo-poos. Okay, guys?
Yeah, we got that. We know exactly our type. We know where we belong. However, today we stepped outside of that and we wanted to handle some real shit. Sometimes life isn't just about ha-has and pee-pees and poo-poos.
It's not.
You have to talk about the real shit. And I'm really glad that we did.
I am too.
I hope that people kind of took something away from that or at least shed another light on it. And I just, you got to talk about stuff, guys.
You do. And yeah, I'm glad that we did it. And it was, I was very terrified.
I was too. Because you know what the thing is? It's like you start to talk about it and then you're like, okay, wait, how much of this am I going to talk about? What are my boundaries? Yeah, you just kind of analyze the whole thing. But yeah. It is what it is, and we talked about it, and I feel good about it. I think we did a right job.
Yeah, and I hope people listening start their little awkward conversation and and are spreading positivity because
certainly
we need more of that. All right. I mean, shall we say anything else? I think we did it.
I think we did it too. I feel very strong about this. I'm glad that we were able to record this. We're going to go post this live as soon as we're done, and it's going to be coming your way.
It's going to be the best. All right, guys. Well, stay safe, love each other, be kind, as Ellen would say. And we'll see you next week, guys.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.